saying, I don't know how to sample, what I do, stop rolling your eyes at them, point them to this video so they can check it out and hopefully they can get something out of it, because I am here to help. What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are one of my subscribers, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate your time. If you are brand new to the channel, I am your host, XA. Welcome to Sound Contagious Studios. Today we're going to do a very beginners type video on how to chop on the MPC X. Now guys, if you're brand new to this channel, you know that I try to give you a little different content as much as I can. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a sample, we're going to put it in the MPC X, we're going to chop it, we're going to find out the BPMs. I'm going to show you how I do it step by step. So if you are a advanced producer, this is not for you. But if you've been hearing somebody on social media, saying, I don't know how to sample, what I do, stop rolling your eyes at them, point them to this video so they can check it out and hopefully they can get something out of it. Without wasting any more time, let's get into this damn thing. All right, guys, so I found a drum break that I like. Went over to Vinyl Frontier 2 and found this drum break. It's called the Link Quartet Drum More. And it's going to be a good example for me to show you how to take a sample and how I go about my process and how I would chop it up. And of course, archive that drum set for future use. So hopefully you'll get something out of this. This is a very basic beginning type tutorial of how I take my sample and take it into the MPC X. So I'll come right up here, and first thing I'll do is I'll select the output as Soundflower 2-channel right here. Now, if you don't have Soundflower, I'm using a Mac, so I use Soundflower to route out the output from there. And just look up Soundflower, download it. It's fairly easy to do. And then once you have that installed, you'll be able to find it in your output settings right here. I see I have my universal audio, aggregated devices, Pro Tools, all that stuff. MPC X is up here. So you'll want to go to Soundflower and select it there first. And then I'll show you how to set it up in the MPC X. So now you're going to come over here to the MPC, click on the MPC itself, and then click on Preferences right here. And on the first tab that's selected already, which is audio, of course, you're going to come over here. You're going to select your output to whatever interface, or if you got your MPC X hooked up directly through speakers or interface or whatever it is that you got coming out through your speakers or whatever it is, right? You're going to hook that up right here. You're going to set I got to select mine to universal audio because that's what I'm using. And the input, it's going to be Soundflower, just like you selected the output on the Mac, right? On the output of the interface, on the output of your computer, okay? So it should look like output, whatever your interface is, or if you're using the MPC X, and your input is going to be the Soundflower output that we just selected over, in my case, on the Mac, okay? Then you're going to come over here and select the sampler icon if you're going right to the software. Okay, so you're going to see this come up, of course, right? As you can see. Now, if you're on the hardware, it's just right here. It's actually very simple. I use it all the time. So right here, just sampler. As you can see, it's all ready to go. Then you're going to want to hit monitor right here. Highlight that so you can hear your sound coming into your MPC X. And the next setting you're going to check for is this, because if you have this all the way down, as soon as you hit the arm button over here on the record, okay, if you hit this right here right away, you're going to notice that it's going to start recording right away. Okay, see, as you can see right there. So you want to just take that off, stop that, and go through the motions of it's just this hit. You got to hit discard because you don't want that. You're going to want to move that up so that it doesn't record right away. And then I usually set it around, there's no special preference except, you want it to hit, I like the signal to come in a little bit around 18, right around here, right about there. So you can set it lower, the threshold, you can set that lower. But if you set it all the way at the bottom, when you hit the record button, it's going to start recording right away. Right now, if you hit record, it's just ready. It's on right now, you see. It's ready to record, but not till you get a signal coming in through your Soundflower right here, okay? So now that we got that ready, we're going to go back. I'm going to go back and get that video ready where I was sampling from. And like I said, this is a Vinyl Frontier. You can find that right there. Find the same one I'm using, okay? Because I like the drums, and I'm gonna use them later on for something. And I figured this would be like a very good instructional video for beginners to just show you how to get started with sampling to get your own drums. I hear a lot of people talking about where can I get some drums. I think they got a lot of drums on the internet. You can get so many different kinds, but I always like, you know, just sampling my own stuff. I think it's just the way that I was doing it. I've been doing it for a long time that way. So so then we're ready to go. We're gonna hit play here, and then I'm gonna come back down here. All right, I'm gonna stop that, and I'm gonna go back to, now normally my process would be a lot smoother than I'm showing you right now, but because I'm showing you this the way I'm showing you, I'm gonna stop that, of course. And then as you can see, there's my waves for that drum pattern, nice and big. It looks good. So now we're gonna commence to get into figuring out, you know, how many bars that is, and then chop it up. So I don't know how this is gonna work out. I'm trying to record this with my camera next to me as if you were sitting right here next to me. I should have just done a screenshot, but whatever. I'm already committed. So we're gonna do it this way. Now I'm gonna name the sample. Please don't name it new sample 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna fuck you up later on. Just name the sample by whatever it is that you're sampling, if it makes it easier. For me, it does make it easier that way. I know it's called Drum More, so I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight there, and then rename it Drum More sample. Okay, so I know that I put drum so there. All right, that's all right. So that'll make it easier for me to see where it's at, and then I'm gonna go ahead and click on keep because I want to keep that. And that's really all you have to do. You can set the program if you wanted to right here, right now, to program 1. Not gonna do that. You can if you want. You don't have to do that though. All right, now that we got it all named and that good stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and hit sample edit on the MPC X. It's on the left-hand side. Sample edit. Boom, and it's going to take you to that sample edit screen. I don't ever use the software to click onto anything because obviously the MPC X, everything's right there, so easy to access. So it would be kind of pointless to just go to the software and look that up. If you're just using the software, then of course, then I guess you're going to have to go up to the tab and find sample edit. But otherwise, if you're using the live or whatever, or the MPC X, just hit sample edit. You're going to go right in there. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how many bars this is by counting it out. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right, so I think I'm going to say that's going to be like 8 to 16 bars. It depends on how I want it. Like it's gonna vary. It could be 8 to 16. It sounds like it's 16, and I'll do that by in this situation, since I'm over here like on the software. Usually I would do that right through the MPC X, but since I'm trying to show you, I'll grab the marker right over here, and I'll pull it all the way. The very top pad right there. See my mouse right here? That's the loop function, so you're just going to loop it right here. Hit that and it'll loop. Now, since this drum breaks repeats itself for these, you know, what seems like 8 to 16 bars, I'm going to go ahead, these 8 bars, so I'm going to go ahead and just chop it around the middle. So it's going to be right about right here. Okay, so I'm going to move the marker over here, and I think it's right there. I can't remember now. Okay, so you can hear it already looping, and of course I'll get that a little tighter to taste, whatever you like. In the end of the day, I'm going to end up chopping every part. So I just wanted to make sure that it's looped, just in case I might want to use it that way. I don't know yet, right? So I might want to go ahead and just maybe slow that down a little bit and throw it on top of a sample, or just chop it all up and just make up a whole new drum pattern with it, which will be dope too. So you can do either, whatever you like, right? Creativity is up to you. So let's move on to the next part, which is I'm going to cut this off, and then what you're going to do is you're going to come over here and select discard. So it'll discard everything back from the marker to the right. It'll get rid of it, as you can see here in a second. Okay, so now you can see that the loop that I just created, now it's just that one part. Okay, so like I said before, this is actually 8 bars. As you can see, I left the screen up right here purposely because I wanted you to see what I select to figure out what the BPM is on this beat. It looks like it's going to be like 105. So right here, as you can see, already it's telling you 104.93, which I'm going to guess is going to be like 105 probably, more than likely, right? So I'll click on the detect BPM part. And then, of course, you're going to see that there's 8 bars. Just like I thought, it was 16 before I cut it off. It's 8 bars now, and it's set to 104.93. If you hit to sequence, it's going to put the BPMs right to sequence. As you can see now, you said you can't see, shit. So as you can see now, it says 104.93, just like when I hit to sequence. Okay, so we're going to go back to sample edit. I want you to notice right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten up that 104.93 to be 104.95 by moving the marker, the right marker, the red one, okay, which is right over here, okay, on the corner, top right-hand corner. So we're going to go ahead and move that over to see if we can tighten it up to be 105. So good. So what I did was on the buttons over here, okay, you can select how much you want it to for the marker to move, and it tells you the hundreds, thousands, the tens, and the ones, right? The ones is very small moves. The thousands is going to be very, very major moves. And then so we're going to select, I would like to keep it around between 100 or 10 when I'm moving mine, especially when I'm tightening it up once, you know, right when I get to that point where I know I got it just right. And then so we're going to go ahead and move that so we can get that to reflect 105, because that's exactly what I want it to be. That's exactly what it seems like it's going to be. So we're going to go back over here. And it's 104.93 right now. And then we're going to slowly move that in. And as you can see, hopefully, there's numbers jumping right now. Okay, sorry I got a little quiet there. So I was trying to look and see. I need my damn glasses on, man. So, see right now it says 105.4, so I'm fairly close. So I'm going to go to the ones right over here to get that smoothed out and just get it right to where I want it, 105. Okay? So I'm going to smooth that out a little bit. And I'm pretty close now. It's 105.3. I'm just moving I'm moving just very minute right now. As you can see, still 105.3. Let me keep going. Nope, now I went too far. See, I said 104.98. 104.98. So I'm almost there. Bam, I'm right there. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to discard that other part because obviously I don't need that anymore, and get rid of that little tail end that I just fixed right there. Okay? And then I'm going to go back over here and click on to sequence so that it's 105. And then when I hit, let me make sure my metronome is turned on. On. Okay. Now it's on. So when I hit go back to sample edit, and when I hit the play button and that sample, it should be on point. Okay, so it's lined up now to that 105 BPM metronome. All right, so now I got that done. And then what I'll do is I'm going to rename this. Again, I'll keep it the same name, Drum More Sample, but I'll add 105 BPMs. So in the future, if I ever want to use it that way, you know, create a song around a 105 PM tempo, then I can just go ahead and throw it in there, and I'm ready to, you know, add some instruments on top or add some samples on top, whatever you want. Okay. All right, so now that we got that all set, we're going to come over here and we're going to click on the chop button, or if you hit trim again on the MPC X, on the window on the MPC X, you're going to get right to that chop mode right here. Okay, as you can see, it's already right there, ready to be chopped up. Lazy chopping, man, right here. This is something that saves me so much time. If you go over here to where it says chop to and it says manual, and you change that, okay, to BPM, just like that, as you can see, and you will see, all the samples are chopped. Okay, now normally when you chop up the samples this way, they'll be a little bit off. Okay, so you can just go back and fix that though. Then we're gonna find out how off it is, right? Okay, so as you can see, There's some things that need to be adjusted on this, but just doing it by BPM, you get these instant cuts already, so that you're ready to go. And all you have to do is just fine tune those chops that you want, and then from there you'll take these samples and you're gonna convert them into a program, and then I'll show you that step next. All right, so let's turn this into a program, and as you can see, we got all this. So now we got it all chopped up. All right, you're gonna fine tune the samples, okay, by using your knobs over here, your link knobs over here, all right, to get it as tight as you want, wherever you want those to be lined up as, and then we're going to turn it into convert that to a new program, okay? And the way you do it from the MPC X, when you're at that screen, you hold down Shift, and then you look for the convert button. It's the 1, 2, 3, the fourth tab over on the right, and you hit convert, and you want to do it non-destructive slices. That's going to keep it all chopped up, but it won't give you a bunch of samples apart. Of course, I've done it that way before, and that's perfectly fine too. I just like doing it this way because it saves a lot more memory. So I just go ahead and hit do it at this point. As you can see, it's going to say new program using slices, non-destructive slices. So you're not going to destroy them. They're not going to be apart, separate samples. It's going to be still as one big loop, but it's going to be chopped up non-destructively, and that's what that's referring to right there. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to look at everything. I'm trying to look at my MPC X. I'm trying to look at the screen. I'm trying to look at this. So, so as you can see, it says new program, and then you're going to want to go ahead and just hit do it. Okay, and then you'll notice now, if you look over here, right here, you see that drum more sample CH. That's where you're at right here. Okay, so we're going to highlight that. Okay, right there. Okay, you see that right there? Drum, more sample. Okay, double click on that, and it's going to throw it right to the pads. As you can see, they all were white, they all were black before, now they're all lit up with those samples that we just did. And if you look over here on your channel, you can see now it says, my bad. Now it says drum more sample. Track 1, program. This is the program that you have. Of course, you still got that program 1 out here. So, but you got this drum more that we just created, the chops, and then they're all going to be, and I'm just clicking on it with my mouse, so it's a little sloppy, but okay. So as you can see, it's all ready to go, and you're ready to create. Now, like I said it before, you're gonna want to get in there. You're gonna want to get into those tight drums on those on the ride of the hat, on the snare. You're gonna want to get in tight so that you can really manipulate the sample and make your own drum patterns. Or if you want to leave it the way it is, at 105 BPMs, throw it on top of there, put some instruments around it, sample around it, slow it down, whatever you want to do. This is very basic, guys. There's nothing advanced about this, but it's a very first step to what maybe you might have a question about. How do you sample? How do you this is going to be a very basic guide, but it's also very, I think, to me, a very helpful guide, so you can see the process of the sampling and then the chopping and converting to new program, and finally just go ahead and make sure that you get your chops the way you want it by using those link knobs, and you'll be on your way to creating your own little drum patterns and your own loops and your own whatever samples that you use. So I hope this was helpful to you guys, man. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm going to come back with another video, and if you want me to expand a little more on this and speak about it a little bit more, just drop some comments, let me know, send me an email like you've been doing, and I'll try to get to your question and answer any gaps that you feel like I might have left out.